Welcome to our journey through the Bible. Today we'll explore the names of people in the Bible from A to Z. Each name represents a story, a lesson, and a testament to God's grace and power. So come along. A for Aaron. 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 Aaron was the brother of Moses, chosen by God to be the first high priest of Israel. His faithfulness and obedience set an example for generations to come. B for Boaz. Boaz. Boaz was a wealthy landowner who showed kindness and compassion to Ruth, a widow, and became her kinsman redeemer. C for Caleb. Caleb. Caleb was known for his unwavering faith and courage. He and Joshua were among the 12 spies who explored the Promised Land. D for David. David. David was a shepherd boy who became a mighty king of Israel. His psalms reveal a heart devoted to God. E for Elijah. Elijah. Elijah was a prophet who fearlessly confronted the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel, demonstrating God's power. F for Felix. Felix. Felix was a Roman governor who encountered the Apostle Paul during his imprisonment. Though he had the opportunity to hear the gospel message, Felix chose to postpone his decision. G for Gideon. Gideon. Gideon was a reluctant hero whom God used to deliver Israel from the Midianites. His story reminds us that God can use anyone, regardless of their doubts. H for Hannah. Hannah. Hannah was a woman of deep faith who prayed fervently for a child. God answered her prayers, and she dedicated her son Samuel to the Lord. I for Isaac. Isaac. Isaac was the son of Abraham and Sarah, who was born in their old age as a fulfillment of God's promise. J for Jehu. Jehu. Jehu was a powerful and energetic leader in ancient Israel. He played a crucial role in executing God's judgment upon the house of Ahab, as prophesied by the prophet Elijah. K for Kish. Kish. Kish was the father of King Saul, the first king of Israel. L for Lazarus. Lazarus was a dear friend of Jesus who was raised from the dead, demonstrating Jesus' power over death and the hope of resurrection for all believers. M for Mary. Mary was the mother of Jesus, who was chosen by God to bear the Savior of the world. N for Noah. Noah was a righteous man who found favor in the eyes of God and was chosen to build an ark to save his family and the animals from the flood. O for Obed-Edom. Obed-Edom. Obed-Edom was a man from Gath who cared for the Ark of the Covenant in his home during King David's reign. P for Paul. Paul. Paul was a former persecutor of Christians who encountered Jesus on the road to Damascus and became one of the greatest missionaries of all time. Q for Quirinius. Quirinius. Quirinius was a Roman governor of Syria during the time of Jesus' birth. He ordered a census to be taken, which led to Mary and Joseph traveling from Nazareth to Bethlehem. R for Ruth. Ruth. Ruth was a Moabite woman who chose to remain faithful to her mother-in-law, Naomi, and to the God of Israel. S for Samuel. Samuel. Samuel was a prophet and judge of Israel who anointed both Saul and David as kings. T for Timothy. Timothy. Timothy was a devoted disciple of the Apostle Paul. He accompanied Paul on his missionary journeys. U for Uriah. Uriah? Uriah was a faithful soldier in King David's army who was betrayed by his king. V for Vashti. Vashti. Vashti was the queen of King Xerxes, who refused to obey his command and was replaced by Esther. X for Xerxes. Xerxes? Xerxes was the king of Persia during the time of Esther. Z for Zechariah. Zechariah. Zechariah, father of John the Baptist, was a righteous priest married to Elizabeth. There you have it, kids. Join us next time for a more interesting adventure through the scriptures. See you next time.